you very much, Donna. It's a great honor for me to be able to do this today. And I'm just so pleased with this conference that you have organized. And congratulations, CWS, for 50 years. That's a great achievement. The paper that I'm going to present, it was presented at the 2021 Satellite Conference of the International Association for Statistical Education, which was held online on August 30 till September 4. And it is a part of the proceedings of that conference. And in agreement with the president of the IASC and with Donna, I'm presenting that same paper again because of paucity of time in order to write a new one. So the title of the paper is Promoting an Interest in Data Science through a series of online workshops. And the plan of the paper is that I will have an introduction, and then I will talk about the 5-star online workshop series, how it started, and then the 5 workshops that we did on tidyverse, 4 on machine learning, a workshop on pivot tables for data science in Excel, and then 5 workshops on data science ideas for aspiring statistical consultants. Last but not the least, the 5-star collaborative learning initiative. And then I'll talk about the feedback that we obtained from the participants and what are the implications for at least for practice, if not for theory, and some concluding remarks. So I would like to begin by saying that in today's world, where huge amounts of data are accumulating by the minute, data science is acquiring ever-increasing importance. And in the Western countries, many aspire to become data scientists. However, the situation of the developing countries is very different, and there is a need to promote interest in data science, as developing countries cannot afford to remain oblivious of the importance of this field. And this can be achieved through courses in university programs of study, seminars, webinars, training workshops, and other such activities. Hardin et al. In 2015 provide a detailed account of the reasons why data science should be incorporated in the statistics curriculum and recommend participation in relevant workshops and seminars to be attended by faculty who are desirous of developing their pedagogical abilities in data science. And you can read the rest of it. And training workshops on data science have been held in some of the developing countries also. The International Training Workshop for Developing Countries on Big Data for Science was organized in Beijing, China in June 2014. And participants included people from Brazil, Colombia, South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, and the rest, all these that you can see. And Tracy 2019 presented an account of an event organized by the TWAS Young Affiliates Network, supported by the Elsevier Foundation and held in Akure, Nigeria in June 2019. And the event included a symposium with talks by several international experts and culminated in a workshop in which African researchers received hands-on training in big data and machine learning techniques. And in this paper, I will be presenting an account of the workshop series launched in June 2020, subsequent to the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic, from the Forum of 5-star. And 5-star stands for the Park Institute of Statistical Training and Research. 10 workshops were completed by April 2021, the first 5 on tidyverse, next 4 on machine learning, and the 10th one on pivot tables in Excel. And the ones from May to August 2021 were allocated to a set of 5 workshops on data science ideas for aspiring statistical consultants. This paper was written in August, so this covers up till August. The once-a-month 5-star online workshop series attracts not only national but also international colleagues from various countries of the world, particularly the developing countries, and all workshops held so far have been linked with data science in one way or the other. I'm talking about all those that happened until August of 2021. As such, PyStar is playing a significant role in promoting interest in this emerging discipline among academic and professional statisticians of Pakistan, as well as other developing countries. So now I'll talk in a little bit of detail regarding this series. So how it all began. The COVID-19 pandemic, as everybody knows, it has had a huge impact on the world, and among many other difficulties, normal educational activities have been hampered. However, with the conviction that learning must go on, in June 2020, I endeavored to commence a series of online workshops in my capacity as honorary director of PyStar. So at Kinnaird College, where I teach, where I'm a professor, the month of May had been reserved for preparation of the online teaching. And the first day of online classes at my Kinnaird College was 1st of June, 2020. And for me and for a huge majority of the faculty members, this was our very first experience with online teaching in this particular way. But it was a matter of just 1 to 2 days that it occurred to me that if my KC classes could be conducted online, then the PyStar training workshops could also be conducted online. And within the next few hours, it was clear to me that if the workshops are to be online, then there is no need to restrict them to participants from within Pakistan. So emails and WhatsApp messages were sent out in large numbers, as a result of which the first international online workshop materialized on the 27th of June. So the 1st of June, I took my very first online class at Kinnaird College. On 27th of June, we were able to hold the very first online workshop from the forum of PyStar. So the first one was on Saturday, 27th June, and the topic was Tidyverse ggplot2, and it was conducted by me and my very dear colleague and expert person, much more knowledgeable in these things than me, Dr. Sharka Hashmi, and also Ms. Zulekha Mashkoor. And I want to say here that I had never heard about Tidyverse prior to 2018, when I had been selected as educational ambassador by the American Statistical Association. And Donna is the person who sent that email to me. And then I flew into Vancouver and I attended the joint statistical meetings. And I attended this 2-day workshop, morning till evening, on Tidyverse. So that was my first exposure to Tidyverse, after which in 2019 in Pakistan, in Lahore, I rendered it twice, and that happened at the Punjab Bureau of Statistics. So now, from the forum of PyStar, our first workshop was on Tidyverse ggplot2 for elegant data visualization. And Dr. Syed Wasim Abbas, Ms. Kamal Aslam, all these people were there with me, and we had national participants, and we also had, in our very first workshop, 2 from Kenya and 2 from Saudi Arabia. And the resource persons conveyed to the participants these contents through PowerPoint slides and through live demonstration in our studio. And all these things we taught, which you can see, and feedback was requested in the form of a questionnaire that needed to be filled out that I had designed. And the next one on the 18th of July, 2020, in this one, we were talking about the Tidyverse package dplyr, and it enables you to do all these things that you can see all these functions in this slide. The participants were also familiarized with the procedure by which they would be able to import their own data into our studio, and positive comments were received, which was obviously a source of encouragement for us. 3, 4, 5, they were held on August, September, October of 2020. Tidyverse TidyR, Tidyverse data types, and Tidyverse model R. So then what happened? it occurred to me prior to the third one, only after two, that it will be a good idea to invite the international participants to give presentations. So Mr. Thomas from Kenya, I invited him to give a presentation, and it was an elaborate analysis of rainfall data collected by the farmers in Western Kenya. And Dr. Najla Muhammad Karmala from Saudi Arabia, she gave an insightful talk on K-box plots for mixture data. And Dr. Raza Arabi Pelaghi from Iran, he presented a talk on the utilization of a variety of tridiverse functions on American baseball data. And then it occurred to me that why don't we invite eminent statisticians to give talks? So Dr. David Stern from the United Kingdom, member of the ISI, International Statistical Institute, Task Force on Capacity Building, delivered an interesting and horizon-widening a talk on the topic, R's Grammar, the Tidyverse. Dr. Shahjahan Khan from Australia gave an insightful talk on data revolution and statistics. And then we had 4 workshops on machine learning by Dr. Raza Arabi Pelaghi, who we never knew prior to this workshop series. He just came into one as a participant, and then I learned that he was an expert, a young person, but a good expert in machine learning. So these 4 occurred, and all these things you can read. They were being taught. Many people in Pakistan did not know. I mean, the statistics community, we did not know anything much about machine learning. We kept on hearing these 2 words, machine learning, and machine learning. And we really wanted to get to know what it is about. And he did a great job along with Dr. Ali Raza. Feedback again was good. And then again, we had Dr. Donna Lalonde from ASA to give an interesting presentation on ASA, promoting the practice and profession of statistics. This happened during online workshop number 6. And Dr. Aisha Bilgin, who was then the president-elect and now the president of the International Association for Statistical Education, she talked about machine learning applications for health problems in 2 workshops. It was great. Dr. Marina Mela from the University of Washington in the United States gave an insightful talk on classic and modern data clustering during online workshop number 9. And then we had the 10th one, pivot tables for data science. Mr. Jawad Mirza, my colleague right here in Lahore, and now a very active member of my 5-star team. He is a real expert in Excel. And he taught us so many things about Excel, which we never knew. I mean, Excel can do so much. We never knew that. And some of it you can read here. Pivot tables, a magical tool, he says, think, drag, and drop, and it's done. And again, in this one also, we had another expert to give an invited talk, Professor Olawale Awe from Nigeria. And he talked about Bayesian dynamic regression of climate data, a change point analysis. And he's a young person, but he has so many publications and all that. But for me, the thing which is very important is what that I've written in the second line, the second paragraph, because that was a great moment when, toward the end of his presentation, he expressed a desire for collaborations with reference to climate research. You see, PI-STAR stands for Park Institute of Training, Statistical Training and Research. So I did not want just to be doing training only, which is of course vitally important, but I also wanted that the R, the last letter, that should also start happening. And this desire expressed by him triggered that. And at this moment in time, for the past many weeks, we are having online, 2 research groups have been formulated, and both of them have people from within Pakistan and from other countries. And we are having, we're trying to, come up with some good research work that will result in publications. And then the 5 workshops on data science ideas for aspiring statistical consultants. Now, these were amazing. And just like the other ones, they were also very good, but these were, I should say, truly amazing. Professor Roger Stern from the University of Reading in the United Kingdom, and his son, Dr. David Stern, who is the founder of IDEMS International, they rendered these 5 workshops. And we had a lot of people, greater than the number that we usually have, 34 this time, from so many countries, and of course, from Pakistan. And the workshop started with the presentation on being statistical consultants, followed by participatory introduction of participants, introduction to Moodle. Many of us knew nothing about Moodle, and we were introduced to Moodle. Resource persons' remarks regarding the importance of adaptability, a presentation entitled, "Is Data Science Unifying Approaches to Work with Data?" A brief interactive session on dealing with data, and resource persons' remarks regarding the importance of problem solving. And toward the end of the session, a number of participants expressed their opinions regarding the quality of the workshop, and they were very positive. Now I want to show you a little bit of it. There are too much of sentences. So this is a glimpse of one of them. The same series in which Roger and David were the resource persons. This is Roger, and this is David, and they are talking about many, many things which were real eye-openers for many of us. And this in the background, by the way, is Murray, the hill station. We have beautiful mountain areas in Pakistan. This is another participant from Pakistan. And out of this series emerged something which I had never thought about before. And then we called it the Pi-Star Collaborative Learning Initiative, CLI. So what was this? The first workshop by Roger and David, at that time, it occurred to me that the goal of achieving maximum benefit from the workshop series will not be realized unless and until the participants engage in the study and practice of the materials that have been posted by the resource persons on Moodle. You see, because they were talking about so many things, but in 3 hours time or 2.5 hours time, you don't have time to practice everything properly. So this prompted the launch of relatively informal, 2-hour-long online preparatory sessions conducted by me, and 4 successful preparatory sessions prior to the 3rd workshop paved the way for further such meetings, the benefits of which would include not only better understanding of data science, but also a congenial atmosphere that will lead to long-term professional interactions. Approximately 12 preparatory sessions had already been held until August when I wrote this paper, and it's now being called CLI. And now, just 2 days ago, when we were having the workshop on risk literacy by Professor Manfred Borovnik from Austria, now we are preparing for the preparatory session or practice session or whatever you want to call it for this one, because he also had so much, that we did not know anything about before. And it was so horizon widening. So we must practice it. And all these practice sessions, absolutely free of charge. Whereas for the actual workshop, you would have to register. Very, let me say, appropriate registration charges. Pi-Star is a very young organization. It started in 2017. So they do need some kind of, revenue generation. But for the CLI, absolutely free of charge. All right, towards the end of my talk, I would like to talk about the feedback that we obtained from participants. And this one is not like the one which was happening after every single workshop, but in May this year, I administered a questionnaire on participants who had attended a number of online workshops during their past 1 year. So I asked them approximately how many workshops they had attended and how did they come to know about these workshops, and to what extent had these workshops turned out to be a learning experience for them. So the participant from Argentina said that they had opened a range of new horizons for them. And for the one from Iran said that I have learned a lot of applied materials from the sessions. However, I believe that they are somehow quick and they should be more focused. Participant from Pakistan, it is a good learning platform, but my concern is with installing our software. This particular lady, she was having a lot of trouble installing our software. But finally we came to her rescue and she was able to do it. The workshops, another one from Pakistan, were horizon widening. It provides the platform to learn about the new data analytic techniques used around the globe. What aspects of the workshop do you enjoy? So the one from Iran said, diverse learning materials, very organized workshops, friendly learning atmosphere, teachers are very good. Participant from Kenya, well thought out presentations, representation of multinationals, active learning, and getting resources to relearn. Participant from Pakistan, discussion by expert statisticians. The one from Egypt, I like the international nature of the series, both the speaker and the audience. I also like that you shared the workshop material with the audience. The selection of speakers and topic were excellent. I sincerely wish to congratulate you on your efforts and success. The one from Australia, the aspects I enjoyed is being able to see colleagues from other countries, although we are unable to travel to places due to COVID-19. And what aspects of the workshop do you not enjoy? So participant from Kenya said, in some cases, it's fast-paced, and sometimes the language accent is hard to follow. And the one from Egypt, Sunday is a working day for us in Egypt. So if it is possible to do them on Saturday, I will be able to attend more of them. Sound quality is not good sometimes. Our software is not easy to install and run. The workshops could be improved by allotting less time for the introduction of the trainers so that more time should be allocated for the learning process. And not enjoy part is the breaks are too little, only 5 to 7 minutes. Is there anything that makes these workshops different from workshops organized by other organizations? The one from Kenya said, I can't compare, but I found the experience to be a good return to my monetary investment, and possibly the personalized follow-ups by the team makes PyStar very special to me. Because you see, we have made WhatsApp groups and we keep in touch with them. Selection of resource persons, and then the other one, PyStar online workshops are more regular than those organized by other organizations, which is commendable. Participants from Australia, they are different in a sense that they are longer. They are better in a sense that there are more interactions in PyStar workshops. And what are your suggestions for improvement for the future? Keep up the enthusiasm. Even cheaper training sessions may possibly be arranged for undergraduate students. Develop questionnaire with Likert scale and ask questions there. Ask the needs of the participants for organizing next workshops. Ask the presenters to slow down for better understanding the materials. Give homeworks and projects to be fulfilled, and provide the certification after receiving the solved projects. This way we will have better learning outcome. The workshop should focus more on hands-on training because it gives a chance to learn and practice the newly introduced concepts. So for the hands-on kind of thing, we have started the CLI, the Collaborative Learning Initiative. The only recommendation that I would suggest is to dedicate one or even more workshops to one topic only, instead of having more than one topic per workshop. You see, because when I invited the expert statisticians, their topic would be something different from what the trainer was doing otherwise. This would give the speakers to discuss the details that the audience would like to know, need more emphasis on why rather than on how. Excellent suggestions by people. Some theoretical elements should also be included. Breakout rooms in Zoom worked really well in the last workshop. It forced people to turn their cameras on and to talk to each other. And last, almost I'm coming to the end. Thank you for your patience. Thank you so much, ma'am, for providing us this platform to enhance our professional and educational skills. And the online international workshop series that you organized were great. I enjoyed all 4 that I attended. It's a matter of satisfaction for me, ladies and gentlemen, and for my team, that by and large, people have found these workshops beneficial and worth their while. What are the implications for practice? I just want to say that statistics academicians or professionals living and working in the developing countries should just go ahead with activities of this kind without any hesitation or reservation. Because, these are likely to bring together fellow statisticians from various parts of the world, particularly from countries having similar socioeconomic and cultural situations. Creation of a welcoming atmosphere in the online workshops is likely to generate feelings of bonding and comradeship, which some of us are already experiencing, and may lead to long-term professional relationships, collaborative research work, joint data science projects, and the like. And the concluding remarks, whereas in the West, webinars have become a matter of routine, even today, at the end of 2021, these are not very common in the developing countries. Conduct of online training workshops by a team of statisticians based in a developing country on topics such as data science and machine learning in such a way that the workshops are able to attract participants as well as expert statisticians from various countries of the world, including some of the most technologically advanced countries, is special, I think. Particularly in the time of the COVID-19 pandemic, when nations have had to experience lockdown for months on end, the significance of this type of a healthy activity cannot be overemphasized. These are the references. And with this, I would like to thank you very, very much for giving me this opportunity.